Back to the channel. If you don't know me already, my name is Angelo Christmas, and this is me documenting my journey to $20,000 per month as a remote closer. So, this is pretty much a video that's going to be covering how my last week went in my high ticket sales journey and covering how exactly my first week of taking calls went and how I did as well. So, pretty much just an update in terms of where I'm at the moment. I'm still juggling between two roles, one setting role and the closing role for the new offer. So, it's obviously a bit challenging to hit the numbers I need to for the setting role and also still put in a good amount of volume for the closing role. And because I'm still new, I have to set my own calls for the closing role, which means that my time is split between setting for one offer, setting for the closing offer, and closing for the closing offer. So with that being said, I booked about 12 calls so far in total, and from those 12, 6 people attended. Obviously, some calls are scheduled for the next few days coming up, so not all of the calls have taken place. But out of the 6 people, I closed one person. So I believe that's about 18, 19% close rate or something around there. Not the best. I mean, obviously, I got one deal across the line, which felt good. It felt amazing, and it's pretty decent for my first 6 calls. I would say, I felt that I could have done a lot better on the calls I did take that didn't close, and I felt like my execution was probably like at a 5 out of 10, to be honest. And a big part of that also came from me just feeling really nervous before my calls and during the calls. Like extremely nervous and anxious. And I feel like that also has led to me not closing as many people as I could have. Because of that nervousness, it affected my ability to serve as best as I can and execute my framework as good as I could be doing if I wasn't as nervous. And that's obviously something I'm working on at the moment. I had a chat with the support network I'm in at the moment, Daniel Smith, who's my sales trainer. He obviously helped me develop more awareness around what's causing me to be nervous and sort of how to change the thought I'm putting on the emotion around closing so that I'm not as nervous. Because a big part of why I feel nervous is because one, I sort of put closing on a high pedestal and I view it as like almighty thing. For example, with setting, I've gotten so good and putting so much reps in setting, it just seems like kind of normal to me. I can take setting calls all day long and have no attachment to the outcome of the call. Whether someone books, great. If they don't, it's perfectly fine. It doesn't affect me. So that's the kind of approach I need to also develop for closing in order to be successful, in order to hit 20K per month, which is my goal. Because right now I kind of view closing as it's like all or nothing type of thing, and there's a lot at stake. So that's where the anxiousness comes from, because I'm so attached to the outcome. If I close, I'm extremely excited and extremely happy. I'm like filled with all these emotions of I'm at a high. But if I don't close, then I'm at a low. And that puts me at a place where it's kind of like I'm in flight or fight mode constantly. A part of me, before taking like one or two of the calls I had this week, before actually taking the call, because I was so nervous and anxious, I was like, a part of me was thinking, hey, maybe, hopefully, this person doesn't show up to the call, and it's kind of silly to say out loud because what sense does that make? Wanting, hoping that someone doesn't show up to the call because I'm so nervous and I'm so anxious about the call. I still did have the call with him. I never let that stop me from taking the call. Of course, I would never do that. But obviously, having that sort of those limiting beliefs and that mental process in place is obviously, as you would imagine, is going to hinder my ability to close as good as I could be closing if I'm so nervous like that on the calls. But it's obviously something I'm working on moving forward for the rest of the week, and it's something I need to overcome. And aside from obviously getting awareness around the nervousness, a good way to think of it, which is what I learned from Jack Sicker, who's also in the support network I am in, which is Born to Close. It's the sales training I'm a part of now, which is hosted and run by Daniel Smith, who is a beast of a closer. Shout out to you, Dan. Anyways, Jack Sicker is also in there. He's also a great guy, and he sort of taught me to, instead of viewing that nervousness as a bad thing, see it as a good thing. Use it to empower yourself. So instead of me seeing that as something that's going to hold me back, I should be have the mindset of, bring it on. I love that pain. I love feeling nervous. Reframe the nervousness to something like, these prospects I'm speaking to are lucky to be on the call with me because I have the opportunity to change their life in a short 1 hour call. So although I am nervous, there's power behind that. It's just about learning how to harness that power in the right direction, instead of it limiting me and holding me back. I need to shift that to use it to harness all my power and internal strength to point that in the right direction that's more aligned with the outcomes I want. So today was a really, really good day in terms of having that awareness and overcoming that nervousness. And I'm really excited for the rest of the calls I got for this week. At the moment, I'm still setting my own calls because I'm still new on the offer. I think after I close like one or two deals, or hopefully just they'll put me on the inbound calendars this week. So at least that'll free up a lot of my time where I don't have to spend all day setting and only some of the day closing because I'll have the appointments booked onto my calendar. And that will also open up a lot of time for me to focus more on my skills, role playing, and just sharpening my skills as well, alongside the other offer I'm on at the moment too. So this week I'm looking forward to it. I've got taken 6 calls already, closed one, and looking forward to getting my first 5 sales. I feel like that'll be a good milestone to hit for this offer, and I'm going to try hit that by the end of this week. And I'm probably notice if you're watching this now, but the videos are going to be uploaded every Monday instead of every Sunday, just so that I can have a nice good recap for each week and it's not rushed on the same day. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at on the journey. Really excited, and it's also very, this whole process is just helping me grow so much as a person, not just in sales, but just growing as a human, as a person, as someone wanting to achieve more in life. And sales is a huge way to level up your skills, level up your communication, level up your bank account. It's amazing, and I really love being in sales because it allows not only to me for me to achieve my goals financially, but also allows me to thrive in a competitive environment. You know, I'm someone that has always been competitive. Ever since a small boy, like I always love competition, and that mainly came out when I used to game a lot. I used to be heavily into gaming, and then I sold my PlayStation to just focus on achieving my goals in terms of life. And now, though, that competitiveness I once had when it came to gaming and other areas of my life, I can now harness that and point that into something that actually going to benefit my life the way I want it to, and get me closer to the life I want to live. So that's one of the biggest reasons I actually enjoy sales so much. So yeah, it's been a amazing journey, and it's only getting better. Every call I take, every day that goes by, I'm one step closer to getting to $20,000 per month and living the life I'm working towards so hard. So the goal right now is just obviously getting comfortable being uncomfortable and being more detached on sales calls. Not letting my emotions get the better of me and being so attached to the outcome of the sale. If I got to have that same mindset like when it comes to setting. Same with closing calls. If they close, great. I'm here. That's what I'm here to do. But if they don't close, that's fine. There's gonna be tens, hundreds, thousands of more calls I can still take. I'm not there to close every single one. I'm just there to do my best on every single call and help each person as best I can. And being nervous as I am is not helping me do that or helping the prospects either way. So yeah, moving forward is just about putting the reps in, and I know that nervousness will go away. And I can imagine how amazing it's going to be once I can actually completely let go of that nervousness and that anxiety and just be extremely present and just there to serve and help the prospect. Like my close rate is gonna shoot through the roof, and I'm gonna hit those 20K months in the next few months maximum. So really looking forward to that. So thanks for tuning into the video. If you've made it this far, appreciate you watching me and being a part of this journey. This is just for me to document the journey and share what I'm learning along the way, share my thoughts, my experiences, what I've learned throughout my time in remote sales, and just documenting every step of the way authentically, as authentic as I can, and just having something to look back on, when I do hit those 20K months with remote sales, because that's how you got to approach your goals. You got to have confidence about them. You can't be like, oh, that would be great if I can do that, or yeah, if I can do that. No, have conviction in yourself, have certainty, have conviction, know that you will achieve whatever you want to achieve, because you can do it. You in control of that. you know Wherever you are in life is because you chose to be there, whether that's consciously or subconsciously. You actually chose to be there, and you not doing anything about it, or you not doing what's required to change that, is a choice that you actively make every single day, whether that's through just being lazy or spending all day watching YouTube or Netflix or wasting time. That's your choice. you know in life we all suffer two pains. You can either suffer the pain of regret or the pain of discipline, and I much rather suffer through the pain of discipline and know that on the other side of that is everything my heart desires. And if you're watching this and you made it this far, I would imagine that you are someone that also wants to have that kind of life where you do achieve your goals, you do achieve more. But that all starts with the choices you make, the actions you take every single day, and you knowing that everything you are doing is aligned with actually where you want to go in life, and also getting rid of any limiting beliefs. At that point, a good way I like to think of it is anything you devote your time to during the day, if you are actually wanting and serious about committing, serious about achieving your goals, you got to ask yourself, like, is this thing I'm doing going to help me get closer to my goal or further away from my goal? Or if I keep doing this thing, am I more likely to hit the goal or less likely to hit the goal? And then it becomes black or white. It's not if, but, maybe. It's yes or no. And then you have a choice to make. You can either choose to make those hard choices now and endure some suffering, some pain, some sacrifice for a short period of time. But on the other side of that is you actually achieving what you want to achieve in your life and being fulfilled and being the man you should be deep down inside your heart. Becoming the best version of yourself. And that's the mission I'm on. And my goal with me documenting this journey is to hopefully inspire people that are on that same mission, or at least help someone realize that you can actually achieve that and start that journey on your own and achieve whatever you want in life. So that's a big part of why I do this. Aside from having documentation for me to look back on, like, I want to inspire people to achieve greatness. I want to be a source of inspiration and motivation. So that's one of my big goals, to be honest. But I feel like that's a bit of a rant, so enough of that. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one next week. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to drop a like, leave a comment if you want to. My socials will be down below, so feel free to connect with me. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Enjoy the rest of your week and crush your life. You have the power to achieve anything you want. It's just up to you to decide and take action towards that. Bye.